All right, we're going to look at some training methods. And I'm going to use this just in the background. This is Division I College Invitational of 2025. And we're going to go through, I'm going to go through the basic training methods for beginners, for intermediates, advanced players, pretty much anyone, particularly if you haven't done this before, which leads up to, we could say leads up to playing a match. Now you could skip all this. Most players actually do. A lot of players do. And they learn it by just playing matches, but this is what it is. This is all there is. So let's start with the first one that everyone sees. All right, so we have player A here behind the baseline in the center, player B behind the center line there on the other side of the baseline. And they're just going to hit balls back and forth at medium, we could say a medium fast pace from baseline to baseline. That's going to be our starting point. No particular goal. We're just going to hit back and forth. Medium fast pace. Notice that that's important. Medium fast pace. This is basic training. If you can't hit with medium fast pace, or we could just say somewhere between fast and slow, middle pace, back and forth with your partner. If you can't do that fairly well, then you have not achieved mastery over this simple but effective training drill, if you want to call it that. And I don't like that word, drill. And we can look at the what follows after that. And we see this all the time. So let's move our player over here, right here, between the center mark and the sideline right here, and then on the other side, and we're going to hit cross court. And here's where it gets a little bit different, because you don't see this too often. But you're going to hit forehand. You're going to hit forehands cross court, just like you did down the middle. But you're also going to play backhands cross court. So you're going to do backhands cross court here, forehands cross court here, and then you're also going to reverse it, as I said, and you're going to do backhands cross court from here, and on this side you're going to do forehands only cross court. You often see the latter one with the forehand cross court, inside out forehand, but you don't often see the backhand inside out. Very important. A lot of players do not have the inside out backhand at a basic training method, and it shows in their game. It definitely shows in their game. They'll run around the backhand a lot. They'll call it a game style, but really oftentimes it's not a game style. It's just the simple fact that they can't hit a backhand inside out, or they've never really practiced it that much. All right, then we can stay in the same place and do right here down the line. One plays forehand, one plays backhand down the line. So let's say this guy here with the looks like a head. Is that a head speed racket? He'll play his forehands from here, and this guy in the red shorts is going to play backhands straight. We're going to do the same thing from the other side. Then we're going to switch. One plays forehands and the other one plays backhands. So there's 4 exercises right there. You can see how many exercises have I mentioned so far. If you don't know what to do, as a beginner, you step on the court, you don't know what to do, you want to get really good at tennis, you want to be like a pro, etc., etc., Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win, but if you don't know what to do, this is what you do. One player stands in the corner and alternates cross court and down the line. The other runs from corner to corner and returns the balls like a triangle. So we'll have this guy here in the black shorts is going to play cross court, and then he's going to play down the line. And the guy in the red shorts, which aren't really red, looks like they're orange, he plays for probably plays for Princeton, is going to run back and forth like a triangle. That's a training exercise. That simple one right there, people hardly do. You often see them do cross court down the line. And I want to kind of pause here. I want to pause here and talk about why this may be. Because they're trying to mimic what happens in a match. Cross court, and then you have to decide whether you want to go down the line or not. This, as I said, this is a training, basic training before you play a match. And I'm an advocate of playing matches and you could even say playing matches first, or play if you can. But a lot of people, they want to do this. They want to do basic training first. This is how you would do it. You can see you can do the same thing from this side. You have the triangle. But here's the thing. The guy in the black shorts, you got to notice the words that I'm using, is just trying to hit the ball down the line. Cross court down the line. He's not trying to out-hit the other player. You actually want the guy to get the ball back. Later on, it can become more competitive. But at a basic training level, you want this triangle. You want to keep this triangle going. It doesn't have to go on forever. 5, 6, 7 shots is good enough. See, there was the triangle in a more aggressive manner. You could do the same thing. You can do the same thing where the guy here in the corner, the black shorts, is only going to hit backhands. Backhand here, backhand here. And then only forehands. This is another one that's left out. Then on this side, same thing. Backhand, forehand only, and backhand only. And this guy here, it's the same thing. He's not trying to win the point. He's trying to keep the ball in to keep it going so that his partner can get practice with those shots and master the pattern. And same thing with the orange shorts. He's trying to master the running pattern. This is why you don't need feeding. This is why you don't need feeding. This is why we need feeding. This is why most people actually do think they need feeding, because they can't do this. It's too hard for them. They're actually, we could almost say from a control standpoint, a lot of very quote unquote good players are not very good from a control standpoint. My guess is if I could run these players through this. These two players here, they would probably have trouble with some of it. Maybe not all of it, but some of it. And this is, what is this, 12 UTR? Best colleges in the country. Then you can do something, we could say this guy here in the black goes cross court. The orange goes down the line. He's going to run over, cross court, going to make kind of an X down the line. One plays cross, one plays line. And then we're going to switch. And then we're going to add some variation. Maybe a couple cross and then one down the line. Couple cross, one down the line. You can come up with any variation you want there. You can do 3, you can do 4, 1 cross, etc. Just have it all mixed up. And then, before you even move on to anything else, you can add targets. You can make everything that I just described, you can make it as hard as you want. It's like a video game. You can up the level. And you don't up the level. Primarily, you're not going to up the level with trying to win. So this is the thing. People get bored. Particularly, we're talking about children. Children, any junior, they get bored. They're not... this is actually... what I'm describing, when we're talking about upping the level, very rare that you'll find a junior that will do this. Even adults. We're talking about experienced players that will fight you, essentially. If you're even experienced players will fight you on upping the level. And how do you up the level? Well, let's just take the cross court down the line mix. So the guy in the black shorts is going to go cross, and the guy in the orange is going to go line. We're going to make our circle in the middle. We could do that. We're going to put our donut hole right here. And you're not allowed to hit that. If you hit that, let's say black shorts goes cross and the ball lands here cross, it doesn't count. So we're going to make the court smaller in a sense. We could do long only and see what happens. We could draw a line here. Middle of that box, and draw a line here. Do the same thing. If it goes short, you're done. Point's over. How long can you do that for? Can you do a run just playing in this space here? See, there's all kinds of things you can do with shapes in here, particularly around this donut hole. And you can do that with all the exercises that I mentioned thus far, that they have to hit those targets. You can make the target smaller. You could say the cross court guy has to hit it in this hole, in this area. And the down the line guy can hit anywhere or something like that. Or if we want to give him that area too, if you really want to get the dance, the ballet dance between the players going, down the line's got to hit it in here. Or maybe you want him to hit it here in this little area so that this guy gets some kind of variation. There's all kinds of things you can do with that. Like I said, that will last you a lifetime. For a baseline game, that right there will last you a lifetime.
There we go.
And the same thing can be repeated with the volley. You have a guy here at the net and a guy here at the net. All different places inside these boxes, cross court only, inside out backhand, inside out forehand, cross court, etc., etc. All can be practiced. Everything I just said could be volley to volley. Everything I just said could be volley. Black shorts is at the net here, and orange shorts is at the baseline. So again, if you're confused on what to do, that is a lifetime within minutes of exercises. If you memorize that. Memorize these exercises I'm giving on here. If you want to train, if you want to do some real training. This is not games. These aren't really games. We would call this basic training. You can do this with a red ball. You can do this with an orange ball. You can do this with 8-year-olds if you can get them to do it with a red ball. But see, here's the thing. If you have 8-year-olds, they're not going to be able to do this with a yellow ball. It's not going to happen. But they can do it with a red ball. 10-year-olds aren't going to do this with a yellow ball. This is part of the reason why players don't do that at that age. They do other things because they can't do it. Let's bring up another one here. And then when the players get to yellow ball, they will already have done it. But oftentimes you'll see guys, they're still trying to master these patterns at the college level because they didn't use the orange ball. They didn't use the green ball. They hit off of feeds. All right, let's see if there's anything else here I want to add. I think that's it. You could even add the serve if you want to add the serve to start the point. You can add the serve. All the serves have to go to the player's right-handed player's forehand side to start the point. All the serves have to go to the backhand side to start the point. Again, this is medium pace. You're gonna hit it in a way that the guy will easily be able to get it back. Medium pace. Medium fast pace are easy to return for these guys. Medium to slow is more difficult. It's more difficult to hit as well, to play. Fast is more difficult. Medium fast, players should not have they shouldn't have trouble returning the ball. One more thing I'm going to add. If the player, notice I didn't say anything about topspin. If the player's trying to hit excessive topspin, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. They're not doing the exercise. Nowhere did I say hit with excessive topspin. Now another variation though is to use backspin and mix the topspin, mix the backspin. You can use your imagination, but as I said, you're not deliberately trying to add extra topspin or extra backspin. That's going to screw this up. It's something completely different. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy this. Like, subscribe, share, play some tennis.